Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
What do?
I ain't do shit. Welcome to the Detroit Cast with Mike and Jay. Big E is here. Oh, how are you, my friend? You doing all right?
Hello, Miguel. I am just fine.
Good. I'm a tad under the weather, I got to be honest with you.
Oh, no. I'm concerned.
Yeah, nobody make out with me today. A bit under the weather. I'll be all right, though. Anyway, welcome
Muscle
to the show.
through it?
Well,
Dig
yeah.
deep? You'll dig deep.
I don't know that I can muscle through anything, but I'll get through it. Yeah. You know that feeling when you first sense like, oh no, is this a cold coming on?
Yeah.
That feeling. So hopefully.
Oh, Mike.
Yeah. Hopefully I'm all right. My rib still hurts, and that weed is still staring at me. God damn it.
What's
I
60?
mean, this guy is such a total pussy. It's stunning.
I'm falling apart, man.
What's 60 gonna be like? My
Oh, well,
I mean,
who wants to
assuming.
make it to 60?
You know, Russell's here. Should I just go tell him to pull that weed for you?
No, he'll
should just have him
clip
come
it
down
at the
and do-
base or something.
No.
Yeah, he could come down and host for me, and I'll go
And Mike
sit on
can
the
go over
couch.
to sit in the bed and watch his stories.
Yeah, that sounds like a better plan.
Russell could tell
do
you all,
this.
all his tales of jail and
Yeah.
interaction with
Am I
police.
allowed to ask him about that, by the way?
No, let's leave that alone.
Okay, I thought about it. I was like, I don't know if Jay wants me to ask
I
him about
almost
that.
said something too. I gotta be honest. I almost said like, oh, not watching Sunny isn't as bad as sitting in jail, huh, or something. Like,
You know what? Yeah, you can. Yeah, feel free. Feel free on the break. Go give,
you know,
go
if
give
you
him some
want,
business.
I mean, I know you joked on it before, but I'm sure I could offer my services as a somewhat
yeah, what not to do, like a before and after.
a little bit of a scared straight.
I
Show
think
my
that might be wise.
But what
We actually use you as an example quite a bit in our parenting.
But what you need to do though is
we do legit.
I know, I
In
don't
what
doubt it.
respect?
Kind of like you want to end up like Eric. You know, it always
But I
ends up.
think-
You want to end up like Eric.
What
Yeah.
would really
Then-
hammer it home is, I think you'd have to let me like take him for a few hours, like let him show. No, I mean, you know what I'm saying? No, let him show him where I sleep at night. Let him see like when I leave the house, my mom just telling me like, don't be drinking and
Yeah.
blah blah blah, and like hammering me at 32.
I would
about-
allow. That's a great idea. Just have him do a ride along with
Right,
you.
like a ride along.
The problem is
A life along?
I don't trust you, dude. I don't trust you with my kid.
Yeah.
No, I think.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
I trust that he wouldn't like try to like finger a kid.
Oh, of
or
course. You're
something,
not
but
going to diddle him. He'd kick your ass.
He would.
I think.
But
you should-
he might like give him beers.
yeah, right.
see him
Or
doing that.
crash,
Come on, just have
crash
him.
into a pole. You know.
That's
Yeah.
more likely that my driving skills would be this situation. Yeah. But
Jay
whatever.
would kill you. Texting down the road, you're not going to believe who's in the car with me right now.
Don't
Russell
tell.
Detroit cast.
The king's son is in the car.
Don't tell your dad this.
Hey, before we get started, Mike, folks, you want a classy, comfortable, stylish, safe, and fun to drive SUV with room for the whole family? Of course you do. So get your ass to Zott Ford and Holly, where you can lease the all-new 2016 Ford Edge for just $252 on a 24-month lease. If you haven't driven the new Ford Edge, why not? You're doing yourself an injustice. Go visit Zott Ford. Take advantage of a $252 a month Ford Edge before this hot deal cools down. Check out their stupefied deals and massive inventory at ZottFord.com.
A lot going on in the world. Did you see last night was breaking news all night last night that Trump's headed to Mexico today?
Is he really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's meeting with their president.
El Presidente.
Exactly. Enrique Peña Nieto of Mexico. Trump's going to go saddle up with him for the day. I guess this dude sent an invite to both him and Hillary about having some sort of meeting. And so Trump is doing like a fundraiser in California, and then tonight he's got to be in Arizona where he's going to give his immigration speech.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm down in California. Yeah, I'll accept his invitation and I'll go down and talk to him. And so they're setting up Secret Service and everything, and they're flying his
Sweet.
ass into Mexico this afternoon, and he's going to hang out with this dude. Kind of interesting.
Is it just set up for the president of Mexico to give him a piece of his mind? Is that the deal?
Maybe. The guy seems like a pretty cool dude. Remember the last...
Not like Vicente Fox.
Yeah, is he the last
Yeah.
dude that was like...
I'm not building a fucking
I'm
wall.
not paying for his fucking wall. Yeah, this guy's more... I mean, yeah, did he compare him to Mussolini and Hitler? Sure.
these things happen.
Sure. He claims he was taken a little bit out of context. But I think he was talking about, well, those guys had extreme ideas, and you see how that worked out for the world. So, so it wasn't like he's Hitler, he's Mussolini. There's risk to this too. They're like, big risk, big reward. It could be good and make some headway between what Trump is saying, but it could be this guy just wants to get on national TV and go, "I'm not building your fucking wall."
Right.
And
I don't see the big reward to Trump. What's the big reward?
well,
You
probably.
think he's really going to get like the Latino vote now?
Well, give the appearance that he gives a shit about Mexicans and Latinos and how do we
Yeah,
work
he
together
does.
to
He
control
gives a
the
shit
border.
that they stay on that side of the line.
Right. So anyway, it's kind of interesting that
Yeah.
he's going to go down there. He's still standing up for his wall building thing.
Yeah, and then after that, isn't he coming to Detroit to talk to a black church?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he's speaking in the church, but he's meeting with a bunch of black leaders.
Meeting with the leaders.
I'm meeting with the leaders. It's going to be great. It's going to be a meeting with the best of the blacks.
Yeah.
Of all the blacks I could meet with, these are the best ones.
They're fantastic.
They're fantastic blacks in Detroit, and I'll be meeting with them.
Some of
And,
the most downtrodden blacks are in Detroit.
exactly.
He's going back to church. I don't know. He didn't have
They're
to do
all
that
gonna
stuff
vote for
anymore.
me.
Like,
Yeah, is he going to carry his Bible in?
Second
His favorite book.
Corinthians.
Yeah, 2 Corinthians.
Two
You get it
Corinthians.
right.
Sorry, 2
Jesus.
Corinthians.
Second
Jeez.
Corinthians.
I'm sorry. I think I was saying it right. My bad.
You're in your ecclesiasticals.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's been kind of backing down on the whole not wall building, but shipping 11 million.
Well, I think the
illegals.
practicalities have sort of, come to mind as
Mm-hmm.
people have pushed him on that. Like, so how are you going to do this? This Gestapo-like move.
Yeah,
And it's sort of like, yeah, I'm going to be pressed on this in the debates coming up, aren't I?
Yeah.
Better have a true policy. And moreover,
Yeah.
the new campaign manager's got involved. I forget her name.
yeah. I kind of like her.
Yeah, but
She
I
seems level.
she
Kellyanne
seems to-
something, is
Yeah,
it?
fairly practical. So I'm sure that was one big thing when she came on board. Like, okay, so the wall thing, I like the wall thing. We stick with the wall thing. Obviously, your base is driven by that. And
Oh
was,
yeah,
was originally attracted to that idea. But how is this going to play out?
yeah.
The rubber is now hitting the road.
The other guy that he's got now running his campaign, Steve.
Guy
whatever.
from Breitbart.
The guy from Breitbart. I was watching the news yesterday, and they had audio of him calling chicks dykes.
Well,
This just
were they
doesn't-
dykes?
Well, he mentioned dykes in a very
Yeah.
authoritative way in one of his rambly things from a few years ago.
And this wasn't a Dutch dam. This was actually a,
No, I think he was talking about chicks.
Yeah.
Dyking out essentially, which is weird when you're running for president to have that as your leader. Yeah, the whole wall thing and the 11 million deportations. I don't know, dude. I don't know how much stock I really put in that. It seemed wholly unrealistic to me the whole time, and I thought it was more of like a metaphor for addressing the problem. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
personally,
is that
like,
his way out?
no, but I
You know it was a metaphor, right?
no, I know that sounds retarded to say, but I kind of felt like, well, yeah, obviously he's not just gonna like he had
Round
like
them all up and ship 'em out.
deportation teams that he was talking about. It was like, dude, you realize you're not really gonna handcuff 11 million people and chuck them over a giant wall? Like that's not gonna happen.
No, I think that's how they're gonna have this play out. Is like you just suggested. Like, yeah, you didn't really think we were gonna round
Yeah.
it, right? They're gonna have something less than amnesty, and something more than amnesty, something less than the whole round them up and just kick them all out. There's gonna
Yeah.
be some middle ground there that they can't go too far back.
So they're gonna use Jeb Bush's plan.
Yeah, right. The one that he roundly criticized the whole time and yelled at as too weak.
Yeah.
But they're going to have something clear announced and laid out because
Yeah.
that is a major debate issue
Yeah.
that he's going to be hit with. And when is the first debate again? Pull that debate schedule up. I cannot wait.
It's coming up.
for
It's
these
gonna be-
friggin' debates.
It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be
huge. They're gonna draw humongous numbers for real.
Of course, indeed.
Think about that. The two probably
Gargantuanus.
yeah,
I mean, they're going to be friggin' huge.
arguably two of the most hated politicians to ever try to get this far. in
And the gloves
presidential
have been
race.
off for months, and they are
Yeah.
going to be toe to toe going at it. What do we got, E? Monday, September 26th.
Ooh, at Hofstra in New York,
Sure.
and then they come back just a week later.
October 4th. Yeah, one of them.
Oh, that's the VP. Okay.
October 4th VP. Then we go Sunday, October 9, and of course that was one that he was bitching about with the NFL schedule.
Right.
Wednesday, October 19th.
Is the third one out in Vegas.
Excellent.
Yeah. I can't wait either. God, those are going to be must-see TV
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, I might have to find a TV that night.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't have cable.
Well, you have a TV,
Debates tend to be aired on a lot of
like
regular
every
channels.
channel. Yeah, you should be able
pull
to
up
see those.
PBS. and such.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hillary Clinton, more stuff coming out about her and her emails, that the story that won't die. Honestly, I don't know that this matters. I really don't. But they say about 30 emails that may be related to the Benghazi.
Hold on, man.
Libya
You don't
thing.
know that the whole email issue? This is the Hail Mary. This is the only thing that can stop her. This is
Well-
all that matters.
I don't know that it matters to people who are voting about this. I don't get the sense that people
It has to be
are-
clear, unambiguous, and criminal.
Yeah.
And that's the only way that this is going to matter. But this is the only chance Trump has, in my opinion.
Well, when we had our miscommunication last week and we got our vacation scheduled
Right,
mixed
God.
up and you weren't here, there was a lot of this going on and I wasn't going to talk to you-know-who about it. A little fancy. But the whole pay-to-play thing was blowing up.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty nasty story, and I still don't feel like there's been much change or people give a shit.
No, I see where you're going, and I'm with you, man. I concluded months ago that you're on one side or the other. I don't believe there's that many people in the middle who are truly undecided who are going to go vote. There might be
Right.
people in the middle going, I don't know which one, but they're not probably people who are going to vote. If you are a voter, you know which side you're on.
Yeah.
And unless there's something, like I said, in her emails that come out that's friggin' criminal, it's not going to make a difference.
To me, whether you decide personally, you can vote for whoever you want. No one's going to tell you who to vote for. So it really doesn't matter. So if you've decided that, I don't give a shit about that. I don't care what that looks like. But to me, standing here, when I look at the Clinton Foundation and the emails and the access, it honestly looks to me like clear pay to play. Like that's just what it looks like. Now maybe you might find that
it's
doesn't
spinnable.
matter.
It does, but it's spinnable. They go, well, this person, this is what they really meant by that. As long as there's ambiguity there and you can spin it, it's not going to mean dick, man.
Yeah.
If you're on the right, you're going to go, and you're going to freak out about it. And of course it's pay to play and look at this shit. And if you're on the left, you just forgive it as, well, these things happen, but she wasn't involved. You can see from Huma's emails that she was keeping her insulated, and Huma was uncomfortable with the idea and this and that.
Yeah, well, that may be, but when you see like who was it, the prince of Bahrain, and he can't get a meeting with Hillary Clinton through State Department channels, and then it's like, oh, go through the Clinton Foundation.
Yeah, if you just give $5 million.
Yeah, donate $5 million to her, and then you'll get that access that you're looking for, and like those types of things where it's like, dude, that's such a conflict of interest,
And that side will always point to, hey, you know what? It's nothing different than the fundraiser that the county commissioner does all the way up to the president. It is pay to play to an extent. That's our
Yeah.
political system. I mean, as long as you're raising money, raising funds in order to advertise and do what you do, then there's going to be this at least feeling that there's a pay to play. I mean, I've been to fundraisers for politicians. I haven't ever given my personal money, but the firm, would buy tickets to shit, and you'd have to go, and they'd be glad handing. And I mean, if you call that access to the person, yeah, it's a minor thing. It's a local politician.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about kings and other heads of state getting that access, it certainly means more. It suggests it means more. So I tend to think, yeah, it's concerning, but I think that you can spin it, You can spin that.
Yeah.
It's just that's the way it is. And I wasn't giving him anything, I wasn't giving away the keys to the castle. Mm-hmm. He wanted to meet with me. Okay, I heard him out. And look, all this money went to a great foundation.
Yeah, well, the other side of the argument that Bernie Sanders was making and that Donald Trump has said is this is what they mean by rigged system, where these assholes that are supposed to be speaking for the public of America and keeping the country safe, that are taking money, gobs and gobs of money from Saudi princes and shit, and getting access, it doesn't feel like they're fighting for what's best for you or the country. and it's easy to make that argument too. I just don't think, especially in this run, that it matters.
It doesn't, but maybe in the long run, this election cycle has, I think, pulled back the veil on a lot of things that the establishment does, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something, and I know it goes on everywhere, but it still bothers me that, every time it's like, oh, Hillary's, now she's at Justin Timberlake's and they're having a $25,000 plate gathering where they've raised millions of dollars in an afternoon.
Yeah, Obama at the Clooney's.
Yeah, and it's all these people, and meanwhile she hasn't given a press conference in 200. Today makes 270 days.
It is sickening.
It's
it is
sickening.
Absolutely sickening.
And it's not Hillary's fault necessarily. It's the system. It's the shitty system, and it feels rigged. It is
She's a
rigged.
main cog in that present system. No
Yeah,
question about it.
absolutely.
Her and her dang husband.
And honestly, the only thing that I think that I look forward to as November draws near, the only thing is
The end of this.
Well, not just the end of it, because it's highly entertaining. A lot of it's repetitive and boring, obviously, but a lot of it's entertaining. But when I think to November, how many? What do you have any idea offhand? I don't expect you to, but the percentage of Americans that actually go out and vote. I mean,
Tiny.
it's tiny,
Yeah.
right? I think that's the only thing that helps Trump in this, is that if you get a lot of people that typically just won't go out and vote, that just show up on the day of the polls.
That's a big question,
I mean,
though.
that's
Will
a
they?
huge question, because in my lifetime, I've never seen anyone like rally an angry mob of people. Like, it's kind of like the Brexit vote with Trump. So that's the only thing where it's like, well, I guess we'll have to wait till November, because there's a lot of people, people included in this room, wink, wink, that are like, dude, I don't want to admit voting for someone like him, but get me into my own personal booth, and who knows. Anyway, and Trump was leaning on this article that came out in the New York Times too, telling Hillary, Bill, and Chelsea to cut all ties with the Clinton Foundation. Dude, that's the Times.
That's something, yeah. New York Times.
I mean, that's as liberal a rag as you can get, as liberal a newspaper as you can get. I mean, they are in Hillary's back pocket, and they're like, yeah, you need to get away from the Clinton Foundation. It doesn't look good at all.
Yeah, and
So-
it's hard to believe, if you're not personally profiting in a very large extent, that you wouldn't just go, you're right, absolutely. We don't want any smell of impropriety here. We'll do that. We'll cut that off.
Yeah.
Clearly, there's
Yeah.
an enormous benefit to them through that. So
I wonder if they will. She had said all
everything
along
I hear from the pundits, no way.
Really?
No way.
I had heard that if she wins the White House, she would step down. But they're saying, yeah, she keeps talking about having Bill on her staff. And so he's got to cut ties. Chelsea's got to cut ties. You guys want to pick it up when you're done with your presidency, by all means. But in the meantime, don't.
Yeah, put it into one of those trusts like they do with, when politicians run.
Yeah.
Like if Trump wins, all his shit's going to have to go into a blind trust, right? His business.
I thought his
holdings and all
kids
that.
are taking over.
Have they already done
I
that?
think they have.
Yeah, like Bloomberg, I think.
Michael?
Yeah, I think all his shit went in.
Really? Are you a fan of Ann Coulter at all?
I like her because she's so extreme. She says some shit that definitely stirs the pot.
Yeah.
I've read some of her books, which are entertaining. Mm-hmm. She's so extreme, though.
Yeah. She knows her shit, though.
She has
numbers
weird,
she throws
weird
out.
wrists. Have you ever looked at her arms?
Does she have long
It's
wrists,
very
those bony-
stork-like. Her
Oh,
wrists,
okay.
almost her hand and wrist area look enormous. There's some, it's stork-like.
Yeah.
E,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
A little bit.
Look at those arms.
Yeah.
Her forearms are bigger than her biceps.
That's weird. Yeah, well, she's got a book out that she's promoting, and I want to get the book. I told E to book an interview with her about Trump, and so she's doing this tour on it. I can't remember the name of the book. Shit. Anyway, so she's doing this book tour, and when you're doing a book tour, a national tour, and you're doing interviews, you end up on podcasts, you end up on local radio stations, and a lot of times you've got a team of people that are like, okay, you're going to be on the so-and-so show. You've never heard of it. She'd never heard of these roasts, these Comedy Central roasts, and so her team booked her to be on the Comedy Central roast of Rob Lowe.
What?
Yeah.
Awesome.
And so
That's this
she's
weekend,
Like
right?
to call her during it? Or
She's on the dais.
oh wow. Okay.
So they filmed. That's not it. It's something about Trump.
Shit, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I thought this was it.
So she showed up there with her book, and God, I want to see the name of it. God
It's
damn
this,
it!
dude.
You got it there. Yeah, In Trump We Trust. In Trump We Trust. So she basically went up there, and they're like, "Yeah, you need to write some jokes. It's a roast of Rob Lowe," and she just became the butt of everything. And like all these liberal comics
God. Yeah.
just hammered her on the dais. David Spade was the roast master.
Is that usual? Like, will they turn on each other? I've not watched
Oh, yeah.
much of those.
Yeah.
Some of those are fucking hilarious. They
Yeah.
turn on everybody, but they usually have.
Don't
they'll-
they usually like rip on one of the old lady
yeah, like
comics? or
B.
something?
Arthur or
Yeah,
something will
just
be there.
start- Your pussy's so dry.
Yeah, I wouldn't fuck you with B. Arthur's dick,
Yeah.
and B. Arthur's just sitting right there, shit like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, they do that, but they usually have a heel. It's kind of like wrestling, where it's like there's one person, Carrot Top will be there, and it's like, okay, I see what you did there. You brought Carrot Top up because it's just a mark, And so I assume that she was that. Peyton Manning was there. Jimmy Carr, who's an English comedian, I'm not familiar with him. Pete Davidson from SNL, who's funny. Nikki Glazer, who's got a show, I believe, on Comedy Central.
And they're roasting Rob Lowe.
Yeah.
Why Rob?
Well, who was the last one? Didn't they do a roast of Justin Bieber?
Okay,
Like
but
it-
he's arguably relevant. Rob Lowe?
Yeah.
What has he done?
Are you really?
I mean,
Lowe's been out.
in the last.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes,
Is he-
dude.
okay.
Yeah.
Parks and Recs. He's
He
got a
doesn't
show
have
right.
TV.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was in Parks and Recs. He's got a show right now with Fred Savage on Fox.
that still on?
I don't know. It might have got cut, but he was really good on Parks and Recs. Parks and Rec. Sorry.
Jewel is on it. Ralph Macchio, the Karate,
Karate
Kid.
Kid.
Rob Riggle, and then Jeff Ross. Coulter said she had no idea how or why she was invited to the roast for Lowe. It showed up on her book publicity schedule. That's criminal. She didn't know Lowe well, and she wrote jokes along with some friends. When asked, they hit her pretty hard. She's like, I didn't even notice. I didn't notice mean, but I do notice jokes, and I didn't hear many of those until I took the mic. So we'll have to see. This airs on Labor Day on the
Okay.
7th. So it's coming up, Monday. Carr, the comic, went as far as to say, Anna's one of the most repugnant, hateful, hatchet-faced bitches alive. It's not too late to change, Anne. You could kill yourself.
Oof.
Yeah. She seems stiff and conservative, but Anne gets wild in the sheets. Just ask the Klan, David Spade said. It looks like she's having a good time. I haven't seen her laugh this hard since Trayvon Martin got shot.
Oh man.
Yeah. Peyton Manning. I just realized I'm not the only athlete up here tonight. As you all know, earlier this year, Ann Coulter won the Kentucky Derby.
I just realized I'm not
Peyton Manning. You want to
Peyton
you want to
Manning.
find out someone who shouldn't be up. Like, can
Total
he roast
hayseed
people.
dickweed.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah,
kinda
he's doing
funny.
a lot of commercials still.
I know, but he's kind.
He was great on SNL. Some of his skits on
Okay.
SNL were very funny. I agree. He's a
But as a
douche,
roaster,
but-
I just think as a guy who's roasting usually is like really a comedian who really can just off the cuff, be very, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess they want
Stand
a
up.
well-rounded. They want to reflect the sports world
I
and
guess.
actors and shit like that. I mean,
Yeah.
you got Ralph
And it's a big
Macchio,
name.
dude. Yeah.
he's a big enough name. Pete Davidson said, if you're here, Ann, who's scaring the crows away from our crops? Let's see. Ann's
Yeah,
against gay marriage. What you're thinking on that? If I can't get a husband, they shouldn't either.
Yeah, can you imagine as the comedians getting the list of attendees and going, "Oh shit, Ann Coulter, fuck yeah."
Yeah, that's perfect for
Yeah.
them.
I wonder how does it say how she kind of takes it? Do we have to wait to watch to see?
She said she was fine. She
Because
was like, I was here to plug my book. I don't give a shit what these liberal douches say about me.
right.
Who cares?
She has pretty thick skin.
Yeah, she does.
Well, that is the way to play it, though. Even though it seems odd, I can't believe she wouldn't know what she was getting into. Did she just show up that day and they're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, this is a Comedy Central."
It kind of sounds well. Obviously, she knew it was going to be a roast, but she said
probably
she'd
didn't
never
understand.
seen one.
Yeah, she didn't understand she could be turned on.
Gotcha.
She seems like someone that would do her research, though. I mean, she's a research woman. Like anytime you hear Ann Coulter, you can agree with her or disagree with her or hate her. And I know plenty of people listening right now are like, "Fuck that, she's crazy." But she brings it with the numbers. Like anytime
Yeah.
you hear her, she knows like FBI stats, and she knows her shit. So I would think that if she was booked on something like that, she would go, okay, what is this? I've never heard of a Comedy Central roast, but let me check a couple out, and then she would know. Kind of excited to see it, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Labor Day, you said?
Yeah. Yep.
I'll have to get cable somehow that night, too.
Yeah.
You can actually watch Comedy Central on the internet too these days.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
I do have the internet.
Did you see the biological mom of Colin Kaepernick is publicly bashing her son over his refusal to stand for the national anthem? Heidi Russo. Can you believe that's his mom?
Wow, she looks young, huh?
She looks
Is
very.
that part of the deal? I mean, is that why she's just his biological mom and not his mom at this point?
Doesn't she look like super Caucasian, too?
Yeah. And she honestly looks about 35 years old.
Yeah. Well, Heidi Russo tweeted, there's ways to make change without disrespecting and bringing shame to the very country and family who afforded you so many blessings. He hasn't responded to it. Brian Kolfage, who lost both legs and an arm on September 11th, 2004, fighting in Iraq during Operation Iraqi Freedom. He said, Colin Kaepernick, I lost my legs and arm fighting in the U.S. military, the same military that I took an oath to defend our nation and flag from enemies, foreign and domestic. Next time I hear the national anthem, I'll be sure to stand for the both of us since you feel that you've been oppressed. And then he goes on and it gets into the whole Black Lives Matter thing. You know, if a cop shoots someone, it's usually because that person put the officer's life in danger, and yet these criminals become saints to the black community. That's the problem. They're glorifying the thug life. Yeah, so he goes on and on, but
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Colin probably didn't think this one all the way through real carefully.
yeah, I don't know. He's standing his ground. I'll give him that. He's not backing down. I noticed trending on Twitter today was a lot of I stand with Kaepernick type shit, veterans for Kaepernick, and they're all doing the same thing. Like I fought for his right to say
Exactly.
dumb shit.
Everybody has the right to burn the flag. Everybody has the right not to stand for that, but
Yeah,
it's too bad.
it is. It is. I don't think he'll be met with many cheers in San Francisco. He hasn't been that liked in San Francisco for a couple of years. So,
Do you think he gets traded to the Vikings? Vikings had Teddy go down, right?
dude,
A non-contact injury blew out his knee entirely.
yeah,
Teddy Bridgewater.
that is incredible.
Yeah, like just going back for dropping back and
Yeah.
boom, there it goes. A
You
knee
ever-
can only take so much, I guess.
Yeah, that's a big one too. Teddy Bridgewater was on the verge of busting out in this league, I think.
Vikings were, going to make some hay in the playoffs very likely
Yeah.
this year.
Well, they got Sean Hill.
Sean Hill, who we all know,
Yeah. I tell
Actually,
you,
when he was here, he was a very, very solid backup.
a lot of people thought he was the best backup in football.
Yeah.
When he was here, he was in San Francisco before here, and he did great there too. But he's like 36 now and hasn't taken a relevant snap in the NFL in a couple of years. So,
Yeah, you don't want to, give the keys to him. I think you make a move if you're Minnesota, but
yeah. Well, their defense is supposed to be pretty good. They've got Adrian Peterson, who's getting up there a little bit. But, yeah, Colin Kaepernick's not a bad, I mean, he's won a lot of games and big games. He can, use his legs. I don't know. We'll see. But, yeah, that news was crazy yesterday when that broke. You expect that in a game.
Have all the fantasy drafts already happened? Like, is there some guy going, God damn it, like millions of guys?
Yeah,
Damn it, I had Bridgewater. Took him in the first round.
probably a lot. Have they started yet? I don't know.
I don't even know.
I hate
I've
fantasy
never-
football, so I don't.
But
I
I'm
don't pay any
guessing they
attention,
must
but-
have. When does the NFL season start? Sunday or Thursday even? Or
I think next week.
was
Yeah.
it next week? Okay.
Yeah, the
They're
11th.
They're probably happened or right in.
Or right in that. Yeah.
Yeah, September. Well, they'll do that Thursday night, and then the season starts September 11th on that Sunday.
Yeah.
So
And then you'll enjoy a birthday the day after.
that's right. That's right. I'll be in
So
California.
don't forget, listeners, please wish Mike a happy birthday
Yeah.
on September 12th.
Well, just because you'll be in California doesn't mean they can't hit you up on Facebook, Twitter.
I think he
and
has
all
the
those other-
internet in California.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
worldwide
do. And
these days.
I was disappointed that a lot of you didn't wish Jay Detroitcast happy birthday either. It was just last week. So, I mean, people want to send cards or gifts here.
Yeah, I'll take cards or gifts.
He'll gladly accept
No problem.
those. Yeah, he loves belated ones. So those are actually his favorites. So
Mylar.
yeah. There's another teen who was wearing a Black Lives Matter T-shirt for picture day at school. He's been asked to take the shirt off. Can't wear this here. Buckeye Union High School, a student, Mariah Havard, who's 15 years old. Mariah talked about walking into the principal's office, and I sit and listen, and how she tells me that my shirt is creating a disruption in the learning and education, and then tells me I'm not allowed to wear this shirt that means a great deal to me and my African-American friends. She then walks out and hands me a white T-shirt that's meaningless and non-political and has nothing to do with what I'm standing for.
Had to be a white T-shirt.
Yeah, add insult to injury. The reason why I apparently can't wear this shirt is because on Friday I got into an argument with a young Caucasian boy who said Black lives don't matter and the shirt is meaningless. That tells you the whole problem right there. The fact that kids are debating these political things in the school hallways. You're proving their point, young lady. While wearing this shirt, I have been verbally attacked many times. I never meant to imply Black lives matter and others don't. On top of that, while attending Buckeye, I've seen a young lady wear a Confederate flag that clearly supports racism.
Or the generally.
Yeah. On Monday, 10 students walked out of class. Ooh, they mean business.
Nice walkout.
10 students. They went back
What are
at
you, in
noon.
a single-room schoolhouse?
The students went back to class at noon, but they said they've been getting death threats, some of the students. That I think you're making their whole point. I mean, this happened when we were in high school, where some kid would wear an Iron Maiden shirt and
Right.
they boot, make them turn it inside out or dumb shit. This happens all the time. It's not a target at you. They just don't want the disruption, right?
Yes, absolutely.
God damn it. Is she Chris Brown?
I heard Chris Brown. I heard a little snippet of him going a little nutty.
Yeah.
What did he do? Whack a chick or threaten a chick? She
Yeah.
reported him to the police, and then he holed himself up in his house and wouldn't come out. And
Yeah. It sounds like that's exactly what it was. He, one of these 3 a.m. at his $4 million house.
now Chris Brown's the one who beat up Rihanna years ago, right?
I mean, put a sound beating on her, too.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
you could tell her he told her twice because both eyes were black.
like really black.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he laid down the law. He brought his goon hand for sure.
Pimp hand, his strong pimp hand.
Yeah, he wields a very, very strong pimp hand.
So what are the facts of this one?
Well, it sounds like this chick who's an aspiring actress.
Okay.
She was Miss California Regional 2016.
Okay, so that means she's just taking every dick she can, trying to work her way up the ladder.
Yeah, her name is
Got it.
Bailey Curran. And she claims at about 3 a.m, because everything good happens at 3 a.m. in his house. They're partying and there's some hot tub action. And then she's like, oh my God, look at that diamond necklace. And she's looking at it. And someone in his entourage comes up and is like, yeah, don't even look at that shit. And then he came up and was flipped out and was like, get the fuck out of my house or something like that.
Yeah.
And then and pulled a gun out, pointed it at her. And that's when they wanted to take her cell phone and make her sign a non-disclosure or something. And she's like, fuck you. And she ran out of the house, called 911. Cops show up. He won't let him in the house. And so
Didn't
they're like,
she immediately go to, like, I don't know, Entertainment Tonight or some shit, or TMZ or something, like immediately?
she talked to some TV station, but I thought it was out of the country even. But she might have gone to TMZ. I didn't see that. But anyway, cops get there. They're just like, yeah, we're looking to get cooperation. No one will let them in. So they end up having this 11-hour standoff with the police.
And in the meantime, he's posting weird-ass videos on Instagram or something, right?
Yeah. You want to see?
Yeah.
I want to see one. I didn't see this yet. Go ahead, E.
Something gotta give, bro. It just has to. Shit is fucking annoying and it's disrespectful. Man, we getting killed every day. Fuck this celebrity shit. Fuck the jury. Fuck me being on stage.
Yeah.
Fuck me trying to, get y'all to buy albums. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Us as a people, fuck just a black people. Fuck just a community. I'm talking about a whole, man. Everybody. This shit needs to stop, bro. Motherfuckers want to take gun laws away and talking about guns. Y'all killing us. Y'all the motherfuckers killing us.
Right.
You ask for proper ID or whatever the fuck it is. If we show y'all whatever the fuck niggas ain't, come on, man. My nigga, I'm getting pissed off about this shit. Regardless of however the fuck you view me or anybody else, us as a people need to start coming together and making our voice heard. We don't gotta be violent or irate or fucking belligerent. We can be real, articulate humans and really get this shit together, my nigga. This shit is fucking horrible and it needs to fucking stop.
Well put.
Huh.
Yeah.
Go Blacks!
Are there more videos, E?
Oh, shit, that was the only one.
Yeah, I think there was a series on, but it's similar, just gibberish.
Yeah. I didn't understand. I'm not sure what he was trying to say there.
There's a call for being articulate. I did,
which is
that.
ironic, really. I mean, it's very, very ironic.
Some irony there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Yeah.
It was a rant.
So in his multiple Instagram posts, he did go on at one point to say, "So I'm asleep half the damn night. I just wake up, all these motherfucking helicopter choppers is around, police out here at the gate. Come on, my nigga, what the fuck hell else do you want from me? I stay out the way, take care of my daughter, do work. I don't fuck ugly bitches,
And shit.
trifling bitches.
Well,
shit.
at least that,
Why-
dude. That's good.
Well, why of all?
That's
Okay, wait a minute."
I like that. I like that stance.
Like, I get this. I get that. Like, I stay out of the way. What else do you want from me? I take care of my daughter. I work.
Don't.
I don't fuck ugly bitches. Like,
These are the leaders of our
youth.
of this generation.
He doesn't fuck trifling bitches either. Whatever else.
Dude, good for him. I respect that.
I'm way too tired to be dealing with this bullshit.
Some strong social commentary by Chris Brown.
Every 3 months, you come up with something. What's going to be next? Let somebody make a fucked up allegation about me, and oh, yeah, the whole fucking SWAT team. Along with plugging his new track and referring to Black Lives Matter, he also stated the media were blowing the standoff out of proportion. Barricaded myself in my house. Have you seen my house? I'm going to barricade myself in a palace? Well, yeah, sure. You
You can
can.
still do it. It's possible.
I'm not coming out.
And just bring the drawbridge up, right?
Right. Yeah.
But
There are
he
many
says,
times.
what, you're accusing me of barricading myself in my house. My house is a palace, first off. Next sentence is, I'm not coming out. But what? I ain't did shit. I ain't did shit. So you can see where the impasse is here.
It's very clear.
You idiots, I'm tired of fucking with it all. You're the worst fuck gang in the world, the police. And I said it, fuck you. Again, well put. The cops are like, yeah, we're trying to make contact with the residents here. They've been very uncooperative, so we're working to obtain a search warrant. It took them hours.
Somebody called us, and we're just trying to figure out what's going on.
There's talk of a gun, and a woman was crying, and so
Yeah.
we,
I am-
I mean,
I don't think they were there.
Mildly happy that you don't fuck ugly bitches, but
I was gonna say, I'm guessing they're
trifling
not.
ones.
I'm guessing they're not there on the charges of fucking ugly bitches.
I want to be clear.
We heard somebody was fucking.
I
ugly
reject that allegation.
We heard someone
cops
was
are going
fucking
to-
ugly bitches
Oh, wait,
up in
wait.
here.
I also see below that you fuck trifling bitches. Is that true? Any truth to that?
that allegation is wholeheartedly false. The cop's like, yeah, we've decided to shut down our investigation. It turns out he doesn't fuck ugly bitches or trifling bitches. So really, our work here is done. We've completed our investigation. Ray J jumped in.
Rage A jumped in. Rage A jumped in?
I think Ray J was there earlier in the night.
E, what do you got?
No, but hear what? No.
He took to Instagram to say, yo, it's Ray J. Check it out. I'm real upset about today.
What is happening in this world?
I'm not happy about how things are handled and how people can take a false story and blow it up into something way more than it should be. You got just positive people around you, and you look outside, and it's like a war zone for no reason. For somebody, stranger said about something that don't got nothing to do with nothing, and to react like that so fast without knowing the facts and knowing what's up ain't cool.
You know what? Doesn't part of you just go, maybe the terrorists are right? Look at us.
I know.
If you're
I know.
far off, on in a different part of the planet in a barren land, and you see this shit going on. You go to some internet cafe and pull this shit up,
Yeah.
and you see this dumb shit, and you look at this culture, and you go,
Are you suggesting
Yeah,
that
fuck
maybe
all
they're
of
just
them.
like they're watching TMZ one day from their side and they're like, "Fuck America."
yes, it's
Fuck
like a
them.
different planet, man.
It is.
They're just more frustrated at the situation.
It's just not right. It shouldn't be like this. I support the homie Chris. I support the whole movement. I'm here, and again, man, shit got to change. It can't be like this. Every time somebody yippity yap trying to get an extra buck, and it turns around and it's all bad on us. It ain't cool.
What is he talking? Yippity
That's a
yap?
great point, though. Every time that, yeah,
It is
people
it's the yippity yap. More yippity than yap, but I agree generally.
And then he said, things got to change, man. This ain't cool, with a K. Much support to Chris
We're
Brown.
not talking about the pack of cigarettes in my pocket right now.
The Kool-Aid.
Yeah. The whole team, hashtag stay positive, hashtag don't let the devil win. I don't know what that means. Of course, Chris Brown, he is the epitome of where there's smoke.
Oh yeah, this guy's a piece of shit.
I mean, dude, Rihanna was enough. It seems like when he's talking about every 3 months, y'all is up in my shit. It's like, yeah, well, every 3 months someone is shot at your concert, or you're caught with a gun somewhere, or, dude, you got out. You're out. You're living in a $4 million home. You have a child to raise. What are you doing?
Most of the people in your situation that just whooped up on a few of their wives or girlfriends would not be in as good of a situation
I know,
as
man.
you are in.
Stop trying to be so hard and go buy a piece of an island and sit on it.
You've made it.
Dumbass.
2014, he spent 3 months in jail for violating his probation after hitting a man in D.C. January, a Vegas
Yes,
woman
I
alleged
forgot
Brown
about that.
hit her and took her cell phone. June of this year, he was accused of stomping on a man's head during a club appearance. Police have been called to his property 5 times this year at least. I mean, dude, you know how many times the police have been called to my property?
This property.
Or my last property? Combine them.
Okay, combine them. Let's say 0, Mike.
0.
Yeah.
You got it. You're right. I mean, and there have been some yippity yap going on around here,
Possibly
too.
More
fucking
yap
ugly
than
bitch.
yippity.
Possibly fucking
True.
ugly bitches or no in here.
I don't fuck
Trifling
ugly
ones
bitches.
more than ugly.
I might have tagged a trifling one or two, but never an ugly one.
Not enough to call the cops at least. Though.
Shit, no. Hell no. And if they did show up at my door and start knocking, I wouldn't go on Instagram and talk about how fucked up this is. Yo, man, this is bullshit.
And
I would answer the door and go, what seems to be the trouble, gentlemen? Sorry that you've had to come out here. What can I help you with?
I'm sorry. I just can't get over that part of the statement. I just can't. In his head, when he threw that part out, why did it?
Well putty.
I just can't get over it, I guess. I just can't get over the idea of someone saying, like, and I don't fuck ugly bitches.
It did seem,
Kind of like a throw-in.
yeah.
It had been bothering him a while. You can tell.
Someone must accuse them
A
earlier
little
in
bit
the night.
defensive.
Yeah, it did seem rather
me think that he-
defensive.
yeah, it makes me-
He must have had a few clowns in his posse going, dude, CB fucks ugly bitches. Don't forget the trifling ones. And he'd had enough.
He wanted to go on the record.
He wanted to set the record straight. And I don't fuck ugly bitches or trifling bitches. Period.
He's in a standoff at his house because
There's a
some
SWAT team outside, and he's worried about being accused of fucking ugly bitches. Oh, Christopher.
Whew. Hey, it's been 2 beautiful hot summer months, and now Zotford's offering 2 beautiful hot summer deals to our TDC listeners. Right now, and only at Zotford and Holly, you can lease either a 2016 Ford Fusion or a 2017 Ford Escape for just $133 per month. That's only on a 24-month lease. That's right. On the Ford Fusion or Ford Escape, your choice, and both are just $133 per month. Hurry to Zotford at I-75 and exit 98. Pick up your funky, fresh new Fusion or Escape and ride home with a smile. Get all the details at Zotford.com.
Did you see Vladimir Putin was arrested at a supermarket in Florida?
What?
Yeah, listen to this, E.
He got arrested at a supermarket in Florida.
Like,
Yeah.
Vladimir Putin. Well,
Well, he just happens to have the same name as Vlad Putin, and he was at a Publix supermarket.
Publix.
That's-
Publix?
yeah, it's a
Yeah, who amongst us hasn't walked into a Publix in Florida and gone, oh, I'm in the Publix?
hell yeah. I have.
Publix. He shares the same name. He was taken into custody for trespassing at Publix.
I actually prefer the Piggly Wiggly myself, but
Yeah. I like the pink dot, but, whatever.
Circle
It's their-
K. Circle K does the job.
Sure. A store manager called police on Vladimir Putin. Allegedly, he started screaming at employees. When police arrived, they told Putin to leave, but he refused. He claimed he had missed his ride and wouldn't leave the store, and they charged him with trespassing. There he is, by the way.
I was going to say, this does look a little different than the one I usually consider. I mean, it's not.
Look at Vlad Putin. How does a guy get the name Vladimir Putin? He looks...
Like what, Mike?
Well, he's a black guy. He's like 48 years old. 48 years. Did Vladimir have a run with the name? I mean...
No, he didn't. I venture to say he was not named after the Vladimir Putin. It just it just happened.
Just happened to him?
Yeah, his parents just loved the name Vladimir. Igor was taken already, so he went Vladimir.
Igor's a shit name compared to Vladimir. They'd rather be Vladimir Putin. Poor guy. Hope he gets his shit together. Stop yelling at people in Publix.
Leave the Publix alone.
Yeah. Leave the public in Publix alone. Be fine. And then there's a real estate agent, 22-year-old mother. Well, she's not a real estate agent, but this 22-year-old mother of two and her 17-year-old boyfriend were arrested
I saw this.
after they were caught naked banging in someone's home.
A vacant house.
Yeah.
Dude, I could see being involved in something like that.
Yeah.
You know,
well,
those things happen.
You wouldn't go about it this way. It happened in Montana, but this real estate agent dude brings his kids to this place. He's like, "Oh yeah, we're having a showing on Sunday, so you want to come with me as I stage the place?" And so he goes into the house, and the kids are running around, and then they find this couple just getting it on in
Yeah.
the back room, and
Kids walked in.
elementary school
That's too bad.
age.
Elementary.
Yeah. And so then they went, little fucking narcs. They ran, "Oh, daddy, daddy."
They didn't even let him finish.
No. No. The couple fled, but were soon caught by police. I think that I could fled and make it out. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you throw your clothes on. Someone's got to get their phone, dial 911. It's going to take the cops 15 minutes to get there. You can't get the fuck
Oh, I know.
out of there?
Right.
How do you get caught?
I think when I
It's
read it, I felt like
Montana.
it sounded like the cops were pretty close to the area already. I think, or something, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. You see a shirtless chick running down the street
Right.
holding their panties.
Yeah, maybe.
Depends on how much they were. It depends on how much they were able to get on as fast as they.
One shoe.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Some guy with a flopping dong. Yeah, I guess.
Dong above the waistband.
You hear, yeah.
Still raging.
Towering above the waistband, tagging his belly button. Yeah, I
You
suppose.
see how it could happen, even if you fled.
But like the guys remember the guy that was getting blown outside the bar, wherever he was, and those Mexican guys were like, "Ew, what are you doing here?" And they were ragging on the guy because that chick was blowing him. And
Oh,
they,
yes,
they
yes,
made him
yes.
apologize to the country.
Yeah.
Those guys got off and were walking away. It's like, dude, can't you hit an alley somewhere and you're gone? What are you
Right.
doing getting caught minutes later down the road?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that was on video. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So I kind of don't understand that. I would think you would know, like, okay, we've been caught. Let's go. Beat it. Brianna Moore faced burglary and misdemeanor criminal mischief for breaking into the home with her younger boyfriend. He's underage, so
God
he's not
damn it,
named.
felony burglary.
Yeah, well, I guess the guy that she was with, the 17-year-old, kicked in the back door to gain entry. He hit it so hard that he split the door down the middle. The realtor's lockbox and window screen were also damaged. Not to mention the psychological damage to the children. Police said the children were very disturbed by what they saw. So I don't know what position they were in or what exactly they were doing, but yeah, they walked into something that they can't unsee. Anyway, let's take a quick break. I need a coffee. And then we'll come back and, oh, man, I'll tell you about one of the worst fathers ever. And then a poops, too.
Yeah, I saw the poop story. This is a sad
damn
one.
it.
Well, a happy ending, but
Yeah. Yeah, happy ending. You're right. Good news ahead. We'll get to that more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hey, it's Steve Gabar, the general manager at Zod Ford and Holly. You want to lease the number one selling vehicle in America for 35 years running and the number one selling pickup truck for 39 years in a row? Well, then today is your lucky day. Right now at Zod Ford, we're leasing new 16 Ford F-150 Super Cab 4x4s at only $169 a month. You heard right. The best-selling pickup truck in America is only $169, and it's only at Zod Ford. Check out our dominating deals and massive inventory at ZotFord.com.
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome back to the Detroit Cast. With Mike and Jay and Big E, who I thought was going to be much more tired today than he is.
Yeah, he was dragging ass yesterday,
Yeah.
and we knew he was going to the Blink show, so we thought, boy, he
Yeah.
would really be hurting today.
Yeah, I just had a bad day, guys. It was just a weird day. It was more than even just being
Yeah,
tired.
you weren't rolling with anything yesterday.
I know. You know what? I woke
Really
up.
difficult.
It was just one of those things. I woke up. I don't know.
You were hard to deal with.
I know.
Even the simplest of things were just
Yeah.
met with.
I've tried to block most of it
Absurdity.
out, but
Oh, shut the.
how was Blink 182?
It was good. It's funny. I've been, if you're, I know we have a few listeners. I know Joel, for one, is a big Blink fan, but he's been a big advocate against, this Matt Scaba. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't remember how you pronounce it, but
I don't know. You're the big Blink fan.
I don't know how to pronounce his name, and he's not the
Is the
original.
new
It's not
guitarist?
Tom.
No, it's not Tom. And I really have liked their new album that they put out. So it didn't seem to bother me as much. But when I saw him live last night, not hearing Tom sing, it was the old Blink was it was not the same. Hearing those songs without having Tom sing it.
Did you notice the drummer?
Yes, I
Yeah.
noticed the drummer.
He's pretty good, isn't
Yeah,
he?
he seemed all right, I guess. I could have done. I feel like there's a few moments he missed.
Dude, I was
Yeah.
driving over here and a Blink song came on and Russell was sitting there and he goes, "Man, this drummer's really good."
Oh, fuck Russell.
Like, yeah, this is Blink. That's funny you should say that because
Yeah.
it's E's favorite band. He's never noticed the drummer.
Yeah.
You guys,
incredible.
it's so funny how you guys really were that completely different to what the real story is. It's not that I haven't.
I don't know. It's saved on MP3.
That's
We can
fine.
listen to it.
That's fine. But not is what I've never said that I haven't noticed a drummer. I've just said that the reality is I can't tell the distinction between him and the. You know what the
You
band-
haven't noticed the greatness of the drummer.
You know what? There was a band on
Travis
before called
Barker.
A Day to Remember. They seemed like they had a pretty decent drummer. He did a drum solo.
Yeah, they're pros. They're pros,
So
and
that's
they're
what I'm
but it,
Yeah, if
it
I went
should
to a
it
shi-
should leap off the album at you when you hear a drummer like Travis Barker.
He
play.
does
Like,
normally
holy
what
shit.
the lead guitar does to a rock song.
He's-
Okay,
yeah.
whatever.
Dude, that's a fair statement. He's the lead guitar of that band. Most drummers can't say that they take over a lead role. He's a lead player for
But
the
you've never
sound of
noticed
that
that.
band.
That's not. Fuck both of you, dude. Fuck both of you. Like, so what? I don't know shit about music. I like listening to
Come
it.
on, Big E. Is that
Whatever.
all you got?
Anyway, you know what? Whatever. It was a good show. I will say it wasn't that loud. Me and my sister both remarked that we didn't think it was that loud.
Huh.
Like, legitimately, like, we were on the lawn, but whatever. I've said at the lawn before, and still, you can't hear, it's ringing in your ears. It really didn't seem loud. And I will say, without Tom, as a show, it didn't seem as good to me.
Wasn't so much all the
Small
he tried
things.
to do that, and he kind of doesn't. It's just not the
Not
same.
whiny enough for
Not
you?
whiny enough. But they
She
had a really,
left me roses by
The
the
stairs.
stairs.
Yep, they played that-
Surprises let me know she cares.
You know what the funny thing is, though? The one,
Say it ain't so.
I will not go.
the thing,
Turn the lights off.
Carry me home. Na 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 na.
I would say, I would suggest though that possibly the band listened to our podcast the day before, though. Because
Probably.
I will say that. Remember, my whole thing was I don't want to hear all the small things. I've heard it a million times. They still played all the small things, but they had about.
Did they have fidgets on hand?
No.
God damn it!
But they had some deeper tracks that I would never have thought I'd hear at a Blink.
And you did make that request.
And
yesterday.
I did make that request, and I got it. They played Josie.
Let's dig
I think
deep,
it's pronounced
Josie.
That's from like the. I think that's from very early.
It's not
Blink.
Josie E. It's Josai.
Okay, sorry. But anyway, point is that the show I didn't think whatever, dude. Fine. I thought the show was but I thought the set list was awesome. Like
Good.
I heard a lot of songs I would not think I would have heard at a show.
I
again.
love Blink 182. I have since they were first came out, and when I saw them on GMA over the early part of the summer
Yeah, he
with the new guitarist, I definitely noticed. Where it was like, oh, okay, I don't know. There's something about that dueling vocal that you know with the all the small things.
Well, and Tom does have that just real. I don't know. It wasn't the same when they played like First Date and Rock Show and stuff. It was fun, but it wasn't the same. I will say that.
Did you bounce up and down a lot?
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
Did
it was funny.
Mongoloid Aaron Rodgers have fun?
Yeah, well, no, here's the thing. He ended up getting, had something came up and he couldn't go, so I just ended up last minute just kind of sold my ticket in the parking lot for like $10, unfortunately. But whatever, it is what it is. But what's funny? My sister will hate that I'm mentioning this because she doesn't like when I bring this up. But I go to a lot of concerts with my sister. She tends to she likes the pop kind of punk music ish, and she likes country. So a lot of times for gifts, I'll give her a concert ticket, something fun to do with my sister. But then I always wonder, I'm always there's girls there, and I'm always like, I hope these girls don't think that she's my girlfriend because I want to.
Yeah, that's the obstacle. That's the cock block. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's something that's hit my mind before, and I said that to my sister last night.
It's weird. I never get laid when I'm with you. It's so fucking weird.
I didn't say it like that. I just
hand through the greasy plume.
Yeah, I didn't say
other
it like
hand
that.
down the fucking shorts into my nutsack.
Another thing that was so crazy, I will say this, was crazy, is there was a lot of young people. At that show, a lot of young, even though Blink has been around for what they were, and it was funny because my sister pointed out the first.
It's great. The beer lines are empty. That's what I always notice at a Blink show.
That is true. And the first few songs were older stuff, and my sister noted that she felt like the people in front of us did not they knew the stuff off California, which is their new one, but they did not necessarily know some of the older stuff.
Wow.
So, whatever. Good time overall, though.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time. I wish I could have been
Day
there.
to Remember before them was awesome, though. I will say that. I was
the opening act?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Where was it? Pine Knob?
Pine Knob.
Yeah. Jay, I've got a rather disturbing story here.
What do we have, Mike?
Colorado guy. And I kind of feel for him because I know where he's at. Well, I don't know where he's at, but I imagine this is where I would be at if I had kids. But he was like, dude, I can't handle the responsibility of fatherhood. I just can't do it. And he's being arraigned on murder charges now. There's Poops laying in the hospital with a body cast on.
Oh, no.
Let me see.
What is he, 3?
2.5. Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. Murder charges. Is he still alive?
Attempted murder
Oh,
charges.
okay. Attempted murder.
Why?
Can you imagine being in a cast like that?
No. It's think shorts. He's got they go down to his knee, they go up past his belly button, this whole cast. But he's wearing a diaper. So do they drill holes so that he can whiz and
the shit coming
shit in his
out of the cast into the diaper?
You got to drill holes, Mike, right?
I know.
Well, should there just be how the old school
You think they should just tube him?
trying to know those pants, like the old school kind of a sleeping trying to think what do you call it?
Pull-ups?
No, we had the butt flap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Should the cast have had kind of a square? Socks just an open square. And
I'm assuming they know what they're doing with the diaper, but yeah, that seems seems weird. He admitted to investigators that he staged a car crash in order to intentionally kill his two and a half year old son. Nathan Weitzel's his name, and he drove, and he's fucked up too. He's got 2 black eyes. He was in the car
off a
with him.
bridge or some shit?
No, he drove into several cars at about 75 miles an hour. While his son was sitting in the car with him, unbuckled.
So wait a minute, he didn't stage a car accident as much as he just was hitting cars, hoping that one of them would kill his son, but not him.
Yeah.
What a selfish dick brain.
Little Isaiah survived the crash, though half his body was left in the cast. Weitzel acknowledged that on the day of the crash, he used coke. So that doesn't help. The reason he wanted to kill Isaiah was because being a father was a huge responsibility. He didn't think he was man enough to raise a child. I'm with him there.
Has coke ever made you psychotic?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, I mean, personally, no, but yeah, I think it can. I think you can have a
I don't think that's what was happening here. I think he knew what he was doing. I think he just happened to do some coke that day, but he already knew.
So this piece of shit gets in his car, buckles his own seatbelt, leaves little Isaiah's unbuckled, and then he said he was like, "Yeah, I thought that would make him die more if I didn't buckle him
Why don't
in."
you just bungee him on the hood, man? You
Yeah.
gotta be sure of this, right?
I know, right? I was trying to kill my son. I drove with him to a nearby park. While he was at the park letting Isaiah play, he sat and he was just like, "Oh God, how can I kill him? How can I kill him?" So little guy's running around playing.
That was
in
the most
swings.
sure thing, huh? Just oncoming traffic.
Yeah.
And 2, I wondered, is he married or anything, or does it say?
Is he what?
Is this guy married?
Oh, I thought you said wearied.
No, the kids too.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if he's married or
He
would
was.
The kid be okay.
The crash is reported to have happened in the front yard of a local resident. When the resident's next door neighbor called 911, she said, "Yeah, I look out and I see Weitzel, and he's elbowing and punching the son, who's just been in this accident." Yeah. Monster. She said it looked like an elbow. It was horrifying. The parents are separated. His mom, Nancy Lopez, takes him during the week, and then he gets him on the weekends.
Nancy Lopez, when she's not golfing, huh?
Yeah, right. Is she? She's not still golfing, is she?
I don't know. I don't know if she's still married to Ray Knight either. Former Tiger Ray Knight.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Is he former Red Ray Knight?
Might be.
Yeah.
Decent player.
Lopez said it's going to take a couple months for little Isaiah to regain his ability to walk, but he's a fighter.
I reckon, man.
Yeah.
I reckon it's going to take him some time. Look at that little son of a bitch.
That seems like the worst way to try to do that,
Dude,
though.
really?
You know what I mean? Like,
Suggests some major mental problems if you're thinking that's going to do the job.
yeah.
Like, I mean, I'd go cinder block to the head before I'd go, I'm going to, drive the kid into oncoming traffic.
I know. I was thinking, like, you have Isaiah play in the driveway, and then once he gets to a certain spot, you back him over, and then from then on, all you say is, "I didn't see him.
Yeah.
I didn't see him. We know you did this on purpose. You hated being a father. I didn't see him. I didn't see him, and I want to talk to my lawyer." And then you go from there. Like, what are you doing talking to the cops? I mean,
Mental.
yeah.
I think there was a few mistakes along the way here, Mike. I got to be honest. Is that,
Yeah, then let me guess, he Googled how to kill a kid before he left, right?
will
Yeah.
a kid die in a car accident?
If I leave him unbuckled.
And then there's a guy who, look at this poops.
This little poops.
Look at that poops. I was finding on the side of the road in a garbage bag.
Oh, we have video of this?
Yeah. He was,
So the lady pulls up and sees rustling in a garbage bag and wonders, what the hell could that be?
she's driving on a, kind of a back road, rural road in Kentucky.
I wasn't going to say it, but
What? Rural.
it did
name's-
look rural to me. I was going to describe it, and I'm thinking all I can think of is rural.
Rural, and you don't like saying that.
I can't.
Melissa Sargent Lewis, as her name, was driving to work on a blazing hot day in Kentucky, and she sees this black garbage bag, and it's all tied up, and she's like, "Oh my God, did that thing just move?" And so then she stops, and I saw the trash bag in the road, and I thought to myself, it just moved. The closer I got, I realized it was moving, yeah. And there's a little guy in there.
And so she starts filming. Like, this is
Yeah.
the initial approach.
Yeah, it's kind of edited a little bit, the video I saw.
Dude, don't you think you'd figure out what the hell's in there and then maybe film? It's just,
it poops in there.
just a little grimace. Oh,
I hear your car. Why don't you get out and give me a little hand
it's
here?
hot in here.
Man, it's hot.
There he is.
That's what was inside. A cute little pup.
Just a little baby puppy. I'm only 8 weeks old. Yeah.
What kind of monster
Dude.
could put that in a bag and walk away?
I know. So she finds this little black and white puppy in there, just abandoned. As soon as I opened up and saw, and he saw light, he started wagging his tail. He knew Denny was okay. I'm going to be okay. He was wearing a collar without any tags. They took him off to the vet. She called her son, and was like, "Take this thing to the vet and make sure he's okay."
Don't you think most dogs, I know it's a young dog, but would be able to claw out of something like that in that situation?
Good question.
Bite out of it? Or
Yeah, I don't. He's only 8. I'm only 8 weeks old. I don't even know what was going on.
yeah.
He's just a baby.
I'm not sure this is even bad.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's getting hot in here. They named me Hefty. That's what they're calling me now. Is Hefty. It's better. I'd rather be named Hefty than die in one, though. That's all I know. And she took to posted a video of him now living with her on her lap and stuff, and she posted out there, "Is this your puppy? Let me know. If you're the scoundrel who put it in a garbage bag and tossed it on the side of the road, you're a sicko." So they're gonna try and foster him out, and if not, they'll keep him.
Cool.
Look at that poops, poor guy. Yeah, those guys put me in a bag
Can
and
we
they threw me
replace-
on a road.
See, this is one of those dogs that's going to get like a million requests. For,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
To adopt.
Well, most puppies and kittens do. Puppies and kittens are the easy ones to unload. It's like adopting a baby versus
Yeah.
adopting a 13-year-old.
No, but yeah.
And it's
already.
like,
That is why, actually, when I got Tony, our cat, we got him a little older. Like, not, old, but like.
Because you knew no one else would.
Well, I
There's
did like the
something to
idea.
that,
I
yeah.
like the idea of not dude. He was gonna have less of a chance than this little kitten. So
And that's why he loves you so much.
exactly.
how old was Tony when you got him?
I mean, I don't remember exactly. I think he was just under a year. So I mean, I wasn't a kitten, but he was
He was
old
older.
enough. Yeah, old
Yeah,
enough.
he was bigger.
So can I throw Banana away and have this dog be replaced Banana now?
No, we can keep Banana too.
Why'd you have to remind him of
Look
Banana?
at that, Poops Banana. Yep, there he is.
What is he, a Koopachi or some crap?
I don't remember.
He's this friggin' weird. He's a cat monkey. He's a cat monkey that crawled into bed with a neighbor lady. We did this story a year ago, and Mike refuses to throw this stupid picture out.
Yeah, I crawled through the window and laid on the old bag's wrinkled chest. Whatever.
Yeah, like a
You know?
90-year-old, right?
Yeah.
You're not a hot
She,
What is he again? He's like an exotic.
No, she was 100.
Now we're doing the story.
She was 100. Woke up in the middle of the
Well, I
night
apologize
to
for
find
that.
a rare rainforest animal just nuzzled up on her
What's
chest.
he called again?
She was left
Kukachai or
a
something.
four-legged kinkajou.
Kinkajou.
Yeah, there was a kinkajou on my wrinkled old. I just found this old raisin and laid up on it. He's usually found in the jungles of Central and South America.
Now we're doing the story again.
Climbed into bed and then fell to sleep. Yeah, I was tired. I was exhausted.
Way to go, E, you son of a bitch. You'd forgotten about it.
Remember what she did? She was like, ah! She grabbed her phone and she was like, help.
There's a demon cat on me.
I have a monster on my chest. And then they brought it. And so her son-in-law came over and got Banana and took it to the vet. Didn't even really
And
know
the
what it
vet
was.
knew. They're like, oh, yeah, this is Banana. He lives down the way.
Yeah,
he
he
got
lives-
out of his cage.
Yeah, he got out of his cage. And I just, this picture is so adorable. But the thing that kills me in this picture is the fact that he's got an oxygen mask.
Oh, yeah, I never noticed that.
Yeah, I was running low on oxygen. It was scary. This guy came in. We were all having a nap in the room, and then off to the doctor for me, and it scared me.
God, what a crazy creature, huh?
Yeah.
Look at the tail on that. The tail just looks powerful.
Oh, hell yeah, strong. And his hands, remember his back hands turned
That's right.
like in a 360 rotation?
Yeah.
So he can make his way through the trees?
The Kikachu is not to be fucked with.
No. No, he's a good boy, Banana is.
Way to go,
Big
E.
boy.
I know. I'm sorry.
And then we got this. There he is. Are you going to pull the picture up
Yeah.
for people that are watching online?
Yes.
Hi, everybody. I'm Banana. Go ahead and pull it up, E.
There is with this mask.
Look at that, Poops. Pull the full picture up,
Yeah,
too.
pull the full pic, man. He's a weird creature.
The funny thing is like I
at
just
his
typed in.
eyes.
All I typed in was like banana animal on a 100-year-old lady.
He popped right up.
Ah, the Google machine. It's wonderful. It's a little more better. Well putty.
Whoa, look at
Yeah,
him there.
I'm telling you,
Look
you
at
do
that,
not fuck
Poops.
with the Kikachu.
Look at it.
Yeah,
Poops.
you imagine waking up with that in your face.
No,
Fuck
that's
Banana.
not as cool.
Ugh.
I like
it's
when his
bat-like.
He's got like a man tongue.
Ah.
Yeah. He's got mouse ears, rat and bat eyes.
Yeah, God made a mistake on this one.
You think?
It's a weird thing.
Yeah. That's Banana. I'm a good boy.
Boy.
Mexican family.
Dude, are there no bad animals?
Not
Can
in
not
Mike's
one of them
mind.
be bad?
Sure there are, but not Banana.
I've never met you say when they're like, they're always just, oh, I made a mistake, or oh, I didn't mean to eat you.
Well, yeah, you know. I just like to give them the benefit of the doubt. I know they're not sinister like humans. They're not monsters like humans. Sometimes they make mistakes, though. Thought it was a seal. Looked delicious. Mexican family were stunned after their grandpapa returned after a 2-month-long drinking binge. Here's the thing, though.
Hell yeah.
They'd already had him cremated.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what? What?
Miguel Angel Gomar de Luna.
I say Angel.
Angel Gomar de Luna fled his nursing home in Chihuahua, Mexico,
Very nice.
and to go for a few drinks, and was declared missing. So police find a badly decomposed corpse fitting his age, and the family signed for the body. They're like, yeah,
Like, yeah, he's fucked up. He's
I guess that's him. And so they have him cremated, and he's sitting in an urn on their wall. And then 2 months later,
my man walks in.
he's picked up by the cops, and he's shit-faced. And so they return him to his home. And so he just walks in the door. And they're like, holy shit, who's on our urn?
Little did he know he had a free pass, man.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know. He was
He was
done.
off the grid.
Yeah,
That's
he
a
was.
great point. If he had any debt, anything going on.
Walked right back into it.
So the daughter, his daughter, was shown pictures of the dead man and was not certain it was her father, but she was warned by the cops that if she didn't confirm the dead man's identity, she would not be able to claim the body. And so she agreed, yeah, sure, I guess it's Dad.
One guy looks like another.
And so the grandfather said, yes, they thought I was dead, but I just walk and walk. So he was just drunk as fuck for 2 months, just walking around Chihuahua, Mexico.
I just walk and walk.
I picture
I
that,
just walk and walk.
that little drunk mouse in Speedy Gonzales.
Yeah, the one with
one
the,
with
the jug with the
Yeah,
X's, on it.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? I can't remember his name.
I'm going to guess Jose, but
Yeah,
it's just a guess.
yeah, you're probably right. They said having declared him dead, the family faces a nightmare now trying to reclaim his identity. There he is.
Oh,
All
God.
bandaged up.
Ran into something, fell down somewhere.
And then, not to keep the rough stories going, but I was reading earlier this week about a woman who killed her daughter by shoving a crucifix down her throat.
Well, you know, she
Was there a demon? I mean, I'm assuming this was a demon.
decided
situation?
not to drill the hole in the head to let the demon out.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
She claimed
I
her
mean,
daughter
we're not
was
in
possessed.
medieval times, guys. Come on.
Yeah, she obviously she was possessed. So, what are you going to do? Juanita Gomez allegedly shoved a crucifix medallion down her daughter Genova's throat and confessed to police, who had come to do a welfare check. She told cops that she'd been suspecting that her daughter was possessed by the devil the day before. Police noted that the mother had bruises and swelling on her hands and arms. The mother said that she pushed the religious medallion down the daughter's throat until she saw blood coming out. Then she placed her body in a position of a cross and washed her.
The blackest eyes, the devil's eyes.
Juanita also admitted punching her daughter several times, so the bruises on her hands were trying to rid Satan from her daughter's body, which...
That's usually how you do it. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
The only problem I have with this is the mom is like 50. The daughter's 33.
Okay.
Like, if this is a 2-year-old daughter, like, I get it. It's got Satan in it and you got a crucifix down the throat. You can do that. But how do you do that to a 33-year-old person? You would think that a 33-year-old...
Little fight back there.
Not to mention, you've got the teammate like the devil inside you. Like, that seems like such a winnable
tall order for a 50-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
How rough to go through life thinking that every time something goes wrong, it's someone else's fault that's possessed by the devil. Oh, that would suck.
The mental issues abound.
Yeah. Not a pretty mom. The daughter was cute, though.
Oh, let's see what we got here.
It's hard to tell.
I knew you'd say
With that crucifix sticking out of her mouth.
It's very hard to tell. She has a mildly cute face.
That could be such a farcical pose. Like,
compared to the mom, though.
oh yeah, the
I mean,
mom
it's
looks
night
like
and day.
the mom looks like the devil.
Does the mom kind of look like Michael Jackson?
There's
Sorta,
some Jackson
yeah.
sort of
Yeah.
pull to her face.
And the hair part, too.
Yeah.
It's kind of reminiscent of Jackson's weird mugshot photo.
It's Jacksonian.
It's a touch Jacksonian. Daughter's not bad. It wasn't bad.
Can't tell.
Anyway. Let's get to some email, Jay.
Mike, before we do that, Zott Ford and Holly makes buying or leasing your new Ford car, truck, or SUV tons of fun. Everybody knows that, but here's a new little tidbit for you. Now until the end of the month, Zott Ford is offering employee pricing for everybody on most models in stock. That's right, everyone gets employee pricing at Zott Ford and Holly. So don't wait or hesitate. Take your ass to I-75 and exit 98 right now and jump all over this ridiculously amazing opportunity only at Zott Ford. Moreover, Mike, and furthermore, you all know Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial by now. He's offering our listeners a great special. If you are one of the next 10 listeners to make an appointment for a no-cost, no-obligation consultation portfolio review, Merck will give you a $50 gift certificate to your favorite restaurant. If you've been thinking about calling Mark, now's the time to do it. Call 248-626-2000 and ask for Mark. E, did you have anything to add?
Yes. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Yeah, we've got email and we've got Wave Talks. One Wave Talk in particular that I would like to note, Mike.
Okay.
This.
Are you plugged in?
I'm not plugged in, and I'm not going to play it, but I'm going to reference this. And there was a huge string that went on. This came up last week, and JJKUJ4199 played a little piece where E.
I don't say put, okay? I say but instead of put.
Yeah.
I get it.
E can't say put. He says but. They're bitching about it. Well, it quickly goes from E's a retard to Jay's not at the show, into wild speculation about why Jay isn't there, and quickly into, we can replace Jay. How about you? How about me? I mean, so quickly. Just stabbed in the back.
Heartless sons of bitches. I'm sorry, Jay, that you had to witness
Dutch
that.
Rudder, JJKUJ4199. They're just, you could handle Tuesdays and Thursdays. I could handle Mondays and Wednesdays.
Or
Pretty
they're
much.
suggesting amongst themselves that they can.
Sure.
What was the
I would be.
the Shakespearean line in Julius Caesar when Caesar realizes that Brutus, his closest confidant and friend, had stabbed him? A2 Bruti? A2 Dutch Rudder? A2?
JKU.
I couldn't believe it.
Well, that's terrible. I'm sorry you had to witness that.
I'd like to see it.
Well, it's on there, Ian. And
No. I mean, I'd like to.
oh, you like to see those guys in here? You like to see me gone? Apparently they would too.
I'm actually I'm suggesting that I think people that think they could just walk in and start doing it would find themselves that it's a little
Oh,
harder.
they can. Jay did.
What's up?
They can. Jay did.
Yeah,
Jay's
they
an
watched me do
asshole.
it.
Jay's one of those
This is not brain
douchebags that
surgery.
everybody hates that just walk. Oh, I guess I'll try soccer. Boom, goal. Or whatever. Just.
Nate writes in, what's up, guys? Welcome back, Jay. The show is slightly less entertaining without you. However, your first story back made me loudly proclaim that I fucking hate white people. Gab really thought that lecturing your teenage son on lying about how much time he spends on social media was a good use of our police officers' time? Does she really think her petty suburban mom issue is something that warranted bringing in governmental employees to help her tackle? Becoming an abhorrent white person is a slippery slope. Next thing you know, you'll be sending out Christmas letters detailing your family's achievements for the year with a photo of you all wearing matching sweaters. It is a slippery slope. We do have to be careful. That was a very white person move.
Oh, dude. That was the epitome of a white person move. But here's the only thing about that I would say is that I think if you talked to cops to a man, they would all say, oh, God. Whenever these opportunities present themselves, they love it. It gets them out of their day-to-day, and it's like, get to show off and wield a little power.
And my response is, I mean, we pay our taxes, and we want our kid thrown in jail from time to time. So
yeah. Why should the inner city community always get to use the resources of the police?
Exactly. I
mean, we should get some fun, too. I've been paying their salaries for years, and I've never even had them over the house.
Yeah. Well, you're not fucking enough ugly bitches.
That's right, or trifling ones.
On another note, it was disappointing to hear that getting Big E's asshole bleach is not a viable option in Michigan. Did we conclude that wholly, for sure? Is that not? I mean, you don't have to Google it right now, but was that discussed during my vacation?
Sort of. I discussed it with Helm.
Okay, and Helm actually looked it up?
Helm was trying to find some details, and he's like, dude, I don't think it's legal.
God damn it. Why can't you legally spread bleach onto an asshole in Michigan? What is the policy barring that? I would suggest that rather than a home bleaching kit that he could just pretend that he used, you should pivot your focus to sending him for a professional asshole hair waxing. A manzillion, if you will. Love the show, guys. Glad to have my complete freeze worth back, Nate.
I've got E pulling up a video here that someone had tweeted at me, I believe, for a product that might help us with this. And he's a fucking tard and taking forever, of course.
Yeah, he is. Well,
there should be a video on YouTube, E. It's very simple.
This isn't it.
In the meantime, while Dickweed does that, Rob writes in Podcast Legends, in regard to the rough prison stories of Mike and Russell, when I was 6, my mom caught me taking a pack of gum. She took me to the Redford police, and they actually took me into a jail cell and made me sit until I cried and apologized. I guess it worked since I'm not a criminal. Rob. See, there's Rob's mom is using her taxpayer funds as well. That's a fine use.
He had to go through the same thing.
Yeah, and he cried.
Yeah, I didn't cry. I didn't crack, dude. I think it was disappointing. I think my mom wanted me to crack a little bit, but I didn't.
Of course, your mom wanted you to crack. So this is My Shiny Heiny.
My Shiny Heiny, and this is a product.
Nothing better than feeling clean and confident. But are you really as clean as you should be? Not unless you've taken care of a very personal area that requires special attention.
Imagine being the
Sorry,
actress.
resorting to one of these options. Now there's a solution. It's My Shiny Heiny, a specialty cleansing brush with an ergonomically designed handle to easily access that difficult-to-reach spot.
Dude.
My Shiny Heiny comes in 6 colors and includes a suction cup shower holder, so it's
Oh my
always
God.
ready for
You want that suction
the
cup
forward
in your
bristle brush is specially designed to reach every fold and wrinkle. Plus, there's a
Is
soft
this just a
silicone
sex
brush
toy?
for fingertip control.
I don't know.
Yeah, this is a sex
My
toy.
Shiny Hiney is especially handy if you have a limited range of motion due to age, injury, or
The
stiffness.
seniors
Sell
and
it to the
disabled.
seniors.
is the first defense against infections and disease. My Shiny Hiney
Oh, that's a
puts
doctor. He has a
unparalleled heating
stethoscope.
power
Yeah.
right in your hand.
And a suit.
Order My Shiny Hiney now for just $19.99 and experience the joy of feeling truly clean. And there's more. My Shiny Hiney Cleansing Cream. Available in
Scented
fragrances,
cleansing cream,
removes
too.
odors and impurities to leave you feeling fresh and
Suppose
smelling
it's an
great all
okay
day long.
alternative.
And for a brighter complexion,
I mean-
there's My Shiny Hiney Lightening Cream.
Ah.
The unique container dispenses
There you
the
go.
perfect dose of this gentle lightener, which quickly fades dark skin for a more even tone. All ingredients in our products meet or exceed cosmetic
I'm not saying this is the
Scientist
perfect
in the video.
solution.
Why
Would you?
why don't we take Joe's bleach that he sent us, throw it on the Shiny Hiney brush, and let it go to town?
I think this is. I don't want to call them out for false advertising. I think this is a dynamite product. I really do. I haven't read too many reviews, but looking at what I'm looking at here, this looks like a first-rate operation. That being said, when I think of a Hiney, I think of a Hiney as the globes themselves.
Yeah.
Like if it was My Shiny Hole, right? Because that product looks like it's meant for one very, very specific.
It's the actual hole.
It's for the hole.
Yeah.
So I mean,
yeah, but hole doesn't rhyme with shiny, so.
well,
My shiny hole.
my in the spot here.
Get the coal out of your hole.
There you go. That's not bad. Yeah.
Well, I like the idea that we now have an applicator that maybe Sarah can just kind of go at him with, you know?
Yeah.
Because second thought, we cannot count on E to get this done. I mean, he'll be like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Whatever, I did it.
Dude, he's had 38 years to get a
right.
Shiny Hiney, and he's failed miserably. So
we can put him into diaper change position, right?
yeah.
Legs up, spread, and Sarah can just reach forward with that thing that's a good 18 to 20 inches, it looked
Yeah,
like, the
it keeps her
applicator.
at distance.
Yeah, and she can just kind of...
You're going to want to get a stream of water in there, so I don't know if you do it in the shower, the tub, or...
I'm not sure the scrub back and forth, the toothbrush motion is going to really work with this. I think you need to insert it gently into the opening of the hole.
And
the
then
hiney,
twist.
And then have the twist.
back and forth,
Yeah.
up and down. Yeah. Yep.
She can do that.
Well, if anyone's got a gently used My Shiny Hiney that they would like to donate to the show, we'll have you give it a try. Like I said, gently used. We're not looking for your like overworn hand-me-down
Yeah.
My Shiny Heinies, but
Like a 2-year-old toothbrush.
yeah,
It's not
all the
what we're
bristles
looking
are mashed down.
Jeff writes in, King, Tubby, and Turd, may I make a suggestion? It's time to replace the outdated intro and maybe put together something using drops, interviews, and show excerpts. By the way, Krusty E needs to shut the fuck up more. Keep on keeping, Jeff.
Thanks,
I
Jeff.
prefer to get to the show content. That's just me.
Agreed.
But
It's
other
the best way to do it.
Others have other views on that. Joe writes in on number 652. Big E failed to unmute the broadcast at 21 minutes, not 10. So yesterday, E proclaimed, "I let it go for 10 minutes. I'm sorry," and then I unmuted it, and it got
I
going.
didn't look exactly at the time.
21 minutes.
E comment.
I don't have a comment. No comment. I'm pleading the fifth.
Also, the beginning of number 653 started well into the conversation as Mike was just done discussing, I think, the visit to the podcast from the night before. Wish I could have heard how that went. So wait,
Ken,
if I
it's
get
on a
this right,
podcast.
if I get this right, the YouTube video didn't even start until Mike was well into his explanation of what we did
Possible
the
to
night
hear it
priar.
on the podcast.
Not the
I'm
point.
Just, what do you think? It's gonna be an. I don't know.
Into the mic,
I don't
you
have
son of a
anything
bitch.
to say. I'm not gonna.
It's our fault.
Joe continues. God damn it, E! Good day, sirs. I said good day.
Thank you, Joe.
Daryl writes in, hey, Jay, again, nice to meet you at the soccer tournament. Thanks for the call out on the show the other day, and you got my wife's name perfect. It is, in fact, Joey. So how you like that shit?
Like the kangaroo.
Joei. That's different.
Joei. That is very different.
Never seen it.
She's got a hippie for a mom.
Yeah. And no, I did not sneak a peek at the urinal to see if the rumors are true. Thank you, Daryl.
You could have. You could have just asked him. He would have showed you. He didn't care.
Yeah, right. Got to mention the Amazon link, Mike. Amazon is a great way to donate to our show. Just use our portal on DetroitCast.com. Shop as you normally do. You get don't get charged anymore, and we get a bit of a kickback. So please use that. Also, share our show, whether you're on the book, Twitter, whatever. Go ahead and share it around. Tell your friends about it.
Yeah. Share the clips that we post. Write a review. We haven't pushed that for that in a while, but writing reviews, preferably 5 stars.
You mentioned
on
the
iTunes.
clips. Go to our webpage, DetroitCast.com. There you will see an interact tab. Pull that down, and you'll see show samples and interviews. Take a listen if you haven't heard those yet, and also share those around. Those are easily shareable. That's why we bid them into those chunks.
Yeah, and we specifically pulled things that we think someone could get something out of if they've never heard the show.
Right.
So they're not too behind the scenes or too in the weeds from the normal listeners. So they're good, if someone's like, I don't want to, you don't want to share a 2-hour show with someone, just share the clips. All right, we good?
We'll save the rest for tomorrow, Mike.
All right, well, with that, let's call it a day, and we'll do it again tomorrow. We'll see you guys then.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.